I'm Morgan Overby, and I'm the District 5 Public Information Officer for ODOT, and I'm here with City of Coshocton Mayor Mills, and we're here today to talk a little bit about the State Route 16 reconstruction project going on between the Muskingum County line and Spittler Drive in the City of Coshocton. There's been a lot of questions about what actually is going on, what does the closure entail, so we're here to talk about that today.
Right, and I've heard everything from you're doing a 4-lane to you're just paving, so why are you closing the road, or why are you closing the lane, which way? Welcome you to City Hall and welcome you answering and debunking all of the myths out there.
Yeah, so there's been some questions about is this going to be a 4-lane? That is not the intention of this project at all. There are no plans at this time to change State Route 16 to a 4-lane roadway. People may be familiar with some of those bumps in the road. They're actually joints in the roadway. When the road was rebuilt, back in the day, it was built with about 8 to 10 inches of concrete. So the lower layer is completely concrete, and over time that has slowly started to buckle, and that creates those joints in the roadway, and those are what those bumps are. So this project is actually going to fix that because they are doing a complete reconstruction of State Route 16. Reconstruction means they are taking the roadway all the way down to the dirt and then building it back up.
So just a little bit of inconvenience for the next couple years so we don't have 8 miles of speed bumps.
Yeah, so the project is estimated to be completed in the fall of 2024. And just, to talk a little bit about that project, it did actually kick off on Thursday, May 19th. And Finally kicked off, and maintenance of traffic, it looks like westbound traffic is going to be maintained the entire time they're working on this project.
So let me simplify that for everyone. That means if you leave Coshocton, okay, we're here in Coshocton, no matter what during this project, Morgan, let me get this straight, I can always get to Zanesville, to Newark, to Columbus, on 16.
That is correct. Westbound, like you said, maintained. Now, eastbound traffic is going to have to detour. So those folks who commute maybe to Newark, Zanesville, Columbus every day, on the way home, they're going to have to use the detour. Just talking about the project a little bit more, because I said this project isn't complete until the fall of 2024. They're anticipating to finish about 4 miles of roadway this construction season. So they're going to finish the section between State Route 83 and AK Steel where they're working right now. Then they'll move west to the next section, 2-mile section, complete that, and then it'll be winter time. They're going to open the road completely for the winter. Then next spring of 2023, they're going to come back and work in that last 2-mile section to the west that butts up to the Muskingum County line. They'll finish that section. Then they're going to be working in it's like a small span between State Route 83 and the 4-lane. And once they get to the 4-lane, they'll be able to maintain traffic.
Right, and I think initially, once people see how it's going to be, I think it's one of those things, a little pain for a lot of progress, and I've saw things on social media where people are they don't understand, and that's why I'm glad you came here today. And I think a smooth road will eventually lead to a better commute.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the detour. What we're doing is, and people have probably already seen this, they're probably starting to get in the groove of this new commute, but if you are heading eastbound on State Route 16 and you get to State Route 60, you will be forced to use the off-ramp.
So that'd be like I'm coming from Zanesville and I go North Point, and that's 60 right there, and I'm continuing what is it, Raiders Road, where you could go to the old Longaberger factory. That would be Raiders Road. And then once I come to 16, instead of turning right to the on-ramp to hit 16 off of 60, I'm going to continue straight. Is that right?
Yeah, so that's if you're coming from Zanesville.
Right.
If you're coming from Newark and you're on 16 eastbound already, and you're like, I want to go to Coshocton, you're going to have to get off at that ramp. And then to follow the detour, you're going to make a left on State Route 60 and then follow that to 541, which then pops you right out here in downtown Coshocton. Now, local traffic that needs to access State Route 16 eastbound between 60 and AK Steel, Cleveland Cliffs, will be able to use the on-ramp at State Route 60 and just get back on and go wherever they need to go. There are signs currently at the ramp there that say no through trucks, local traffic only, road closed 8 miles ahead. Local traffic only, that's the key there. If you are local between State Route 60 and Cleveland Cliffs, you're able to go that way, no problem. Otherwise, we really encourage you to use the detour.
So on this first phase, if I live in Conesville, coming from Zanesville, Newark, Columbus, if I live in Conesville, I can go 16 eastbound towards Coshocton still, get to Conesville, but once I get to Cleveland Cliffs, I can't go any further.
Correct.
So if I don't live in Conesville or in that area, I should detour 60 to 541 and not give myself or anyone else that hassle, right?
Correct. I mean, once people get in the habit of making that drive, it'll become more familiar to them.
Morgan, thanks for being at City Hall today, and I just want to let the public know that ODOT is here for us and here to communicate, and want to send a special thanks and want to let people know, be patient, this is going to be a process. And where can the public go again for more information on the State Route 16 project?
Yeah, so we want to keep the public informed as best as possible, and you can do so by signing up for updates on our website. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and like I said, you should download OGO on the computer or on an app. All those are great options for finding out information about us. So thank you so much, Mayor, for having me today.
Thank you.